Hello and welcome to this podcast. My name is Jason Wydrow, and this is the first of many to come podcasts on the subject of online strategy. In 1998, I was hired by a company to build a corporate website, and I didn't really know what I was doing that well. So I spent a lot of time studying, researching, and building the website out. In the end, I was pleased with it, and I was very happy that I did that because I had decided this was going to be my career. I went on to become a freelance web designer. That's what I was called at the time. I did everything from front-end graphic design all the way to the other spectrum of promoting an online marketing of the website, the product, or the service. I use many avenues of advertising and many different ideas of promotion that were successful. I built up a relatively large and solid client base just on freelance work. And in 2005, I established W3 Developing, which was a culmination of all of my past freelance customers and new customers coming in. So it was really kind of the beginning of a company that I needed more resources and help and things like that. And I'm very thankful that it was very successful from the get-go. And I had very dedicated people working with me and helping build the company, which was just very fun. From 2005 to 2008, it was a glorious industry. It was very glorious because it was like everyone was building businesses. Everyone was creating a new product. Everyone was very busy, at least from my observation at that time. Most of my customers were entrepreneurs. Well, I should say 60% were entrepreneurs, startups, new companies, and the other percent were existing businesses that had an online presence but wanted to improve their presence and get more business. In other words, conversion. Well, from 2000 up to 2008, 2008 things changed considerably because there was a lot of banking changes and market changes and crashes in the financial markets and all these funny things going on with money. So a lot of startups, banks stopped loaning, people stopped taking loans out, for businesses and ideas and things, and investors stopped investing a lot at that time. There were some industries that were still striving, but for the most part, a lot of things came to a halt in around 2008. And from 2008 up till 2010, 2011, in the last couple of years, there was a lot of just tremendous amounts of changes in the way that people were doing business online. Well, some of the things stayed the same. A lot of things stayed consistent in the way you advertise and the way you structure certain things and build things out and design things. A lot of things really stayed the same, but a lot of things really started to shift. And where things started to shift was into the social media market, whereas everyone wanted to, build a Facebook account and start promoting and networking and finding new ways to use Facebook to utilize getting new customers and promote. And of course, continuing to use Google advertising and other different types of media for advertising. But in the end, throughout this entire time, and this is nothing new, I'm not a rocket scientist on anything, this subject, but the whole purpose and point of website in the first place, web design, web presence at all in any way was just conversion. It was a faster way to get conversion, meaning whether you're selling a product, whether you're selling a service, whether you're trying to get some interaction from someone, on a blog or on your YouTube channel or wherever, the idea was to get conversion. You want a new follower, you want a new watcher, you want a new customer, you want a new client, whatever, right? So that never changed. None of that ever changed. It was only new ways, faster ways, better ways, improved ways to get conversion. And I call this first series of podcasts Online Strategy because it's exactly that. I intend to cover very in detail as possible through my voice. And keep in mind, I am going to be making some additional videos as well to go along with some of the content that I provide to help give more of a visual interface for some of the more technical stuff. But what I want to provide is really a complete in-depth overview of all the successful online strategies that were true in the mid-90s, and they are still hold true today, and then the advancements of those strategies and any new strategies that came along the line, and really dig into those so that you can take some of this information, hopefully, and apply it to your business or your venture and increase your conversion. In a nutshell, that's really all I'm talking about. And I'm going to just say this now. I'm not really planning on being too prepared for this. I'm doing in between my normal web development production stuff. And so I'm not going to be really formal. I'm kind of going to pick a topic. I'm going to run with it. I'm going to talk about it for 10 or 15 minutes. And then that'll be the episode for the day. And then I'm going to go on to the next thing. But I want to hear any questions or any topics you'd like to hear about, because that also helps get the ball rolling on a lot of these different things. You know, did you hear a rumor somewhere that this new thing is going to be the next big thing? Did you hear this or that? Did someone say something that you're not quite sure about? Does this apply to my business? Should I be concerned about this or that? Feel free to ask those kind of questions, because those are the kind of questions I get every day, but there's so many floating around, I can't keep track of all of them. And I'd really like to clear the air on a lot of stuff that you know might be false too. So, or you know, stuff that might be true or stuff that might be false or stuff to ignore or whatever, because you know there's just so much stuff going around. It's really hard for business owners to make decisions these days, where to put their money. You know, it's all about smart decisions in business, you know. So anyway, in a gist, that's what my podcast is going to be about, online strategy. And I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you learn something, and look forward to having you as a listener. Thanks.